What's up, nation? What's going on with y'all, man? Love to see you guys back at this thing. Midday report, or at the end of the day report, basically. So the Cowboys went out and made some moves, made some trade moves out here. They picked up Amari Cooper. They released Bryce Butler to make room for Amari Cooper. So this is the thing. What the ramification of going out there, grabbing a guy that's I guess, quote unquote, was not a good fit to the new system over there in Raiders land. Shout out to Raiders Nation for allowing us. I heard that the news for Amari Cooper was pretty much kind of like a counter move. The filthy Philadelphia Eagles were trying to go out there and grab him for a second-round draft pick, and I think that they were going to eventually cave in and say, okay, we give you guys Amari Cooper for a second. And Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones said to themselves, we need an explosive guy. We need a guy that can really soften the box, get 8 and 7 man front out of that loop, and dedicate a safety over. So I don't think that team's going to really try to bracket cover Cole Beasley. And then the emergence of Michael Gallup. And also we can understand that number 89, I don't know what number he's going to wear. You guys can educate and let me know what number Amari is going to wear. But those things right there, you still got to respect number 89 for what he can do. I understand that a lot of people are saying, wait a minute, he led the lead and dropped passes. It's no different. Maybe the Cowboys should have went out and just got Dez Bryant back. You would have saved a lot of money. Maybe that would have been a better route to go with and just call everything a bluff. But, sometimes you have to throw in a new wrinkle. Sometimes during the offseason, during this major, and I'm talking about a major bye week, sometimes you have to implement, okay, these are the things we did wrong, and these are the things that we need to ultimately correct. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Let me give a shout out to those that's in the chat box, man. I really appreciate everything. Really thank you all for tuning in. Let me see. I always like to give love for the first person that's in here. Lance Satchel. Man, you must be part of the notification swap for being in there like that. John, thank you for tuning in. You second place. Got to step it up. Who is this? Felixi. Hey. Third place, man. Third place, got to step it up. Darian Brooks, thank you for making a donation to help grow the nation. Damn, he dropped the ball a lot. Yes, he does. And then looking at news reported today that my guy Terrence Williams is in trouble. So I don't think Terrence is going to be back on his team. So they have to figure out a way, because I've been beating on the table saying that, look, Dak Prescott got a team of undrafted players out there. It's okay, it's cool to have one, but he had a whole entire team. Now, trust me, and Cole Beasley doing his thing, he's living it up out there, and I appreciate that, Cole Beasley. But now, it's taking away all of the excuses, right? So for those who out there who really been saying like, hey, Dak Prescott, they got a Dak-friendly receivers out here. Now they got an ultimate Dak-friendly receiver. The guy runs a 4.440, I think, or 4.4240, something like that, number 89. I'm talking about Amari Cooper. He runs that type of speed. In and out of his breaks, they are pretty sharp. Now what you can do is you can still utilize Hearns, but he don't have to have a whole plate to eat, basically. You can do that now. And let me jump over here to the Facebook panel. I do not want to leave you all out. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. Joshua Skinner, thank you for tuning in. Carrie T, my brother from another mother, thank you for tuning in. DQ Cox, man, what's good? Billy Lee, thank you for tuning in. Floyd Day, all day, even twice on Sunday. That's what I'm talking about. Jamal, yes, we live like 95. Jamal James, thank you for tuning in. Chris Patterson, yes, it is what it is. We got Amari now. So what can this do for this particular offense? We've been talking about the offense being stale, right? We've been talking about the offense need to kick things up. If this offense can play like they played like in the last parts of the fourth quarter, I'm talking about just being explosive, no huddle type of offense, then we can see some promise with this offense, guys. They going to have to do that. They may have to throw in during this off season or during this bye week, and keep on saying off. But during this bye, what this Dallas Cowboys offense must do in order, because they still in the mix. We lost 4 games, whoop-de-whoop. But at home, there's still hope, right? At home, we pretty much playing good. We playing a nice caliber offense at home. So what this team have to do, if they can win every game at home, that's cool. And that's a stretch there too. But if we can win every game, which is showing and leaning towards the fact that we play better at home, then all we have to do from here is just give me 2 road games. That's instead of 8-8, that's 9-7, and if you get another road game, that's 10-6. That's right. We right in this thing. And the Eagles, although everybody put them on a mantle, we're not that far apart from them. I think they got the same records as we do. And one can argue this. Shout out to the Washington team. Shout out to the Washington team for beating us the other day. But still, we can really look at the Washington team and say to ourselves and say, hey, did they just dominate throughout the entire game, or was it more so that we shot ourselves in the foot? Y'all put that in the comment box. Just put that down for me. Let me know whether or not, and I'm not even going to bring up the officials. I'm not going to talk about the other calls, the call, no call, and all this stuff. But let's just be real with it. Did they just dominate us where you can just look at it and say, well, wait a minute now. They just beat us 40-0. No, that didn't happen. We shot ourselves in the foot. And if we can eliminate these type of mistakes, and if we can get some higher caliber players that can make plays out there, of course, and this is for everybody about Dak Prescott. Yes, he's going to have to play a perfect game. He's going to have to understand that this team cannot allow to have fumbles. He got to be protective of the ball. And then I want a lot of people to hush about the interceptions that he could throw, or the fumbles and things, because we just went through 10 years of this stuff, and with a better quarterback. The same philosophy is still here. We do still have Jason Garrett. Can I remind you guys that we do have Jason Garrett as the head coach? So there's nothing changing. Even if we were to go out and draft a quarterback with the first draft pick next year, it'll still be more of the same. So what we're going to have to do is to rally behind this team. I understand that a lot of people right now don't like this team. They don't like the fact that Dak Prescott is the quarterback. They don't like the fact that Jason Garrett is the coach. I understand that. I feel your pain. I feel your frustration. But this has been going on for over 20 years. Nothing changing. But right now, in the moment, it's just something about positive thinking and something about standing behind your troops, being locked, loaded, and ready, and saying to yourself, hey, this is our team. This is our baby. It may not look pretty. It may not be a pretty baby, but damn it, this is our baby, and we love our team. So that's what I want. I want people, so when we come home, when we play home games, if it's just this, if 8-8 get us into the playoff, if we win every home game, it's still a chance. Can you imagine with our mindsets if we thought? Let me just jump to another team. Can you imagine the 2007 Giants thought like a portion of these fans that's in this chat box right now? They said, oh man, the Patriots, they pretty much undefeated right now. They just kicking everybody's tail. And Dallas Cowboys are light years ahead of us. They got offense, they got weapons, they got T.O., they got 2 head monsters in the running back. They got a Tony Romo, this undrafted quarterback just slicing up everybody. How can we beat the Cowboys? That's how the Giants fans should have been thinking, right? But they said, no, we got a good defense. We got a subpar quarterback at the time. And we just going to have to figure out a way, how can we get into the playoff? And we can get into the playoff, then something can shake or loose. That's where their mindset. If you don't believe me, ask a New York Giants fan. They say if we can get into there and just get in and dance, then there's a chance. And then they caught the Cowboys sleeping because we was in Carbo. But we was a lock-loaded team. You can't tell me that 2017 wasn't the team to make us go beyond the promised land almost. But so I want everybody to have that same mindset, to just push things around and say, okay, if we can get to the dance. Now, of course, me giving you guys this speech and me giving you guys this talk track after a big loss, I know it's going to go over somebody's head, but a small movement like this can change a lot of things, guys. Hey, it is what it is. A small movement like this can change a lot of things. Thank everybody for tuning in to the nation. Let me pull up the chat box, man. I like to pull it around so everybody can have their stuff forever out there in the ether, right? Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Josh Gordon would have been so good so far. Yes. Who is this right here? This is from Wolf. Yeah, I agree. I text my guy. I text Big Game James. I text Mark Holmes. We got a little chat box, a little chat groove that we talk back and forth to. I talk to my guy, Computer. I talk to a plethora of Cowboys aficionados and fans and things like that. These group sessions that we do with this YouTube world. And I said, you know what? We probably missed out on the opportunity to get a Josh Gordon. Because we didn't have to spend no asset for him. We just had to rehabilitate, but we understand how that going with David Irvin and the other guy, Randy Gregory. But if we would have went out and got a Josh Gordon, we wouldn't have to spend no assets for that, right? We didn't have to lose no draft picks for that. We'd probably get a little hit from the media and things like that, but he would have been right now a good piece with this offense. And then if we'd have went out and got an Eric Reed, or if we would have went out and said to ourselves, okay, maybe Eric Reed, an explosive guy that can get turnovers and takeaways. Didn't we see Eric Reed been dominant against the actual filthy? He was everywhere playing against that team. One can argue the fact that the quarterback Wentz had to see where's number 25 at out there on the play. It's about winning the football games. I understand politics comes into this thing, but at the end of the day, it's about winning the game. You don't hear people from North Carolina talking about, hey, we got that guy, we shouldn't have got him. No, we got that guy who's going to help us win games. So it goes back and forth with this. And it's just one of those things where it's now this is the car we drove with, and this is the car we're going to have to continue driving until the wheels roll off. And shout out to those who just understand those portions of this thing altogether. Shout out time. Let me give a quick shout out to everybody. TJ, thank you for tuning in. Mac Jones, thank you for tuning in. I like that name. Good cold name, bro. I got a lot of people up in here. Shout out to John S. Thank you for tuning in as well. Velasco, James Harden with the Butterfingers. I see you, man. I feel you. Who we got over here? Ninja Nuts, man. Gordon is better. I agree. Gordon can pluck the ball out of the sky, and he can run some sharp, crisp routes. I don't know if Josh Gordon is a little bit. He'd probably be a tad slower. I will say that. But Josh Gordon is more of a dominant threat, especially if you just put him at the X and you slide in Michael Gallup as the flanker and the Z, and then you can roll out a Cole Beasley. You can do some twist routes. You can do some trips to the side. You can do a lot of things with those looks. Maybe we can do that too right now with number 89. Put down in the comment box what you guys think his number should be or will be or going to be. However, let me know. I want to see. I want him to wear number 81. I think that has to be a classy number. I'm big on numbers. I don't like the wide receivers with these little small numbers like 13, 11, and 12. And I don't know nobody will ever wear number 12 for the Cowboys. But you know what I'm talking about. 16 and 19. I don't like that. They might give him number 19 since they got rid of Bryce Butler. But I like numbers on the receiver, like 80s and 81s and 82s, 83s and 84s and 85 and 86, those type of numbers. Let me know if you guys feeling the same thing, if you guys are like old school like me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the content, fam. Chris Patterson, thank you for tuning in. Who else we have here? Derek, thank you for tuning in as well. Billy Lee. Jarwin is 89 already. Yes. Yeah, they're going to have to figure out something, Billy Lee. Jamal Anderson, we riding with the Cowboys till the wheels roll off. That's what I'm talking about, Jamal Anderson. I ain't talking about the Dirty Bird, Jamal Anderson. I'm talking about the real deal Holyfield. Yes, Clay Patterson. Yes, 89 is trash right now. It's a trashy number. I feel you. 89 used to look sweet with who used to wear number 89 for another team? I like Steve Smith, I guess senior now. When he wore number 89, that was a good number. My Cowboys family shooting for 81. I like that. It may be number 19 since they got rid of Bryce Butler. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, it might be number 19. It is what it is. Wolf, shout out to you. Boys are back. T-Will suck. Leave T-Will alone, man. He's going through a lot right now. But let me know, guys, how y'all feel about this trade and how you feel. What we gave up. We gave up a first-round draft pick, right? So with that being said, that put us where I already told everybody that in order to get like a supreme quarterback in the draft, you have to lose out. You have to be like 3 and 13, or you have to be 4 and 12. And I don't think that this team is around that area. I don't think so. I think we're going to win more games than that. So you can stretch off the Tuier guy. I'm murdering the guy's name from Alabama. You can stretch off the Hubert kid and whoever else that's out there in the draft, unless Jerry Jones pull a rabbit out of his hat and say, okay, I'm going to move up in the draft to get this quarterback. And then it's going to take at least 1 to maybe 2 years for that particular quarterback to develop. So, and then you still have the other deal. You still have Jason Gary, right? You still have Scott Linehan. So one of those guys are still in the mix. So you still probably have the same issues. We were talking about clock management when Tony Romo was here, right? And it took Tony Romo a minute to say, okay, hold on. I'm going to change the plays every time they call the plays in. I'm going to take control of this ship. I'm going to steer this ship. Everything's going to go. When it goes down, it's going to go down because of me. I'm going to put this team on my back, and that's what he did, I guess, for the, 7 to 10 years that he played as a full-time and not being injured. I think he was injured majority of the time, and it's just one of those things that at least we got a quarterback now that's able to stand upright, and if we can put some more pieces around him, then just maybe, this thing can flip and turn all the way around. But this quarterback, my God, I'm talking about Dak Prescott. He is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. And now, for those that's in the chat box who literally hate Dak Prescott, now you can have a real strong argument and say, okay, they got you the weapons. You got an outside guy. You got a young guy, too, that you can develop and build continuity and rapport with. And then you have a little slot guy. You got more weapons than most right now. So you got to take advantages of these situations. And we'll be waiting around and see how this thing going to all unfold. With that being said, guys, that's all the time I have for this wonderful, beautiful day. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, subscribe to the channel, join the notification squad. I come on this show here and there in various times, so support the nation. And I have a podcast that's LAW Nation. And we're going to get this thing going one way or another. I really appreciate all you guys. I love you all. You guys know I do, right? And let me give one more shout out to, let me see who else we have here. All right. We have Mac Cover. Thank you for tuning in. DQ Cox. Again, Kerry Teagle. Man, you always a pleasure, man, speaking to you on this Facebook panel. And let me jump over here to the YouTube before I rock and roll out of here. Guys, don't forget, guys. It is what it is. We're Silver and Blue Nation all day. We're going to get this thing going. Ray, shout out to you, Ray, and 5 stars. Thank you for tuning in. And Brian Nelson, let's go, Cowboys Nation. Don't forget, it is what it is. We're still in this race. It's not over with yet. It's not over with. Like I said before, a prize fighter still swings. He still throw them blows, even if he's losing. He's still shooting them hands over there to him. That's what he does out here, man. That's what he does out here, a prize fighter. Let's go. Let's get ready. Let's get crunk. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. Yeah. I see you, man. Love y'all too, man. Let's go. Cowboys Nation. See y'all, man. Hit that like button. Let's get this thing going, baby. Yeah. Watch how that beat come on in. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I can't leave it until I hear that. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And remember, you're listening to Nothing But the Bass. Salute. I'm out.